Well, it's Sunday afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Workbench at Scale Models Midwest here in Altoona, Iowa. As always, I'm Dave. Just sitting back, admiring the kit that I have spent the past 2 weeks building. My first jet in 35 years or more. And got a couple takeaways from it. But overall, I'm impressed with this kit. Revell really did a fantastic job replicating the FA-18E Super Hornet. The detail on this is fantastic. There are a lot of fiddly parts, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the fiddly parts did not make it onto this kit, so can't lie about that either. But still, if you take your time and practice patience, this kit will reward you with something that's going to look good on your shelf. Or if, like me, when I built my old F4 Phantoms, that I hung them from the ceiling with sewing string, which was kind of cool. This one is going to go to Henry and Edward. And just as a recap, for those of you who are new to the channel or have come back and haven't seen too many other videos, I built this as a challenge from two of my martial arts students that I helped teach, Henry and Edward. These two guys are awesome kids, and I've had the pleasure of teaching them, I think now for over a year. And they like my channel. In fact, they were telling me they did some videos themselves for YouTube, and they challenged me to build this kit because I said, you know what, if you want to build a model kit, go pick one out and I'll buy the same one and we'll build them together. Sure enough, they came out with this jet, and I said, you know what, it's a good looking kit, we'll give it a shot. So I picked it up over my local Michael's and picked up some supplies from Hobby Haven and the hobby shop up in Ames, and sat down and started looking at things. So it took about 2 weeks. The decals themselves took about 5 hours over the course of 4 days, and I'll be talking about that again as a reminder in here in a few moments. But let's go on ahead and talk about the takeaways that I have in this kit. First of all, this kit is awesome. Revell has done a spectacular job with this FA-18E Super Hornet, and it built up into a spectacular kit, even with the little issues here and there that I had. Again, it's user rather than kit issue. Like I said, fiddly parts. I did have one item that didn't fit right from the get-go, and that was the canopy. As you can see here, even in the test fit, that's what it looked like. And no matter of adjusting or sanding could I get it to fit well. So if I wanted to build this kit again, I would research that and see what I can do to make it fit. There is another model builder who built this kit about a year ago. I've got his link in the description below. A few videos ago I mentioned his name, and I'll tell you, his kit just turned out absolutely fantastic, definitely contest quality. This is a good shelf model. I like it, and I think Henry and Edward can use it as a great inspiration to build their kit. I am actually going to make sure that they build it. I will probably, most likely, just be involved with masking the fuselage and showing them how to mask it, and then painting it for them, but the rest of it is theirs. I used my paint booth, but they don't have a paint booth, so I'm going to show them how to paint it outside or paint it into a big box so you don't get paint all over mom's kitchen table or what have you. But I approached this as though my first kit, much like what they'll be, and it turned out really well. I took my time, followed the instructions. I used Tamiya and Mr. Hobby thin cement rather than CA glue, except for here at the end, because some of the pieces did fall off, especially the armament, when I was putting on decals. So I did use some CA glue and accelerant on the ones that did fall off, especially the center pod, a couple of these, and one on the end. I did check my other joints to make sure that they were all secure with the Tamiya cement. I actually applied a little bit more just to play it safe, and then I let it sit overnight. Couple of takeaways beyond that. One, a lot of decals. So as I mentioned in a previous video, definitely wouldn't be a bad idea to do the decals on each sub-assembly. Like right here on this wingtip alone, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 decals on just the top. On the fuselage alone, the upper fuselage, there was about 30. The side pods, there were about 10. Even the wheel struts had like 4 or 5 decals on them. Individual doors, it's 3 pieces on each side for the blue decal. And really cool thing about the blue decal, let me go ahead and point this out real quick. You may not see where I actually had to paint match the decal, but there was a spot here. I do have that, you can actually see it there. I paint matched the blue. At first when I had the decals on the sheet, before I transferred them to water and then onto the kit, they were gray. And I thought, I don't know if that's going to look right when it comes onto the actual kit, and I wanted it to look just like that. I was really concerned. But the moment they laid down, all worries gone, because they came out, they looked great. It is definitely the blue like the kit. Up at the very front, I didn't get it to sit as well as I wanted it to, but then I look here, doing this at an angle, sorry. All of that is blue. So, hindsight 2020, I could have done that one. Maybe with Henry and Edwards kit will do it. But one thing here, if you can look, on both sides of the jet here, I paint matched using Tamiya dark blue and a little bit of Tamiya flat white, and got it to where it looked like the decal. And when I applied it, right out of the box, first try, matched. I was impressed. Did a little bit of weathering using the Tamiya Weathering Master. Plus some like burnt red, oil stain, and burnt blue, especially around like your exhaust, wheel assemblies, what have you. And just basically that was it. So all the materials that I used to build this kit, I'm giving to Henry and Edward. I mean, I'll go and buy him another can of spray paint. And having said that, again, in the previous video I used Testors 1226 flat dark aircraft gray. I think it should have actually been lighter. So I'm going to see if the hobby shop has a lighter color gray. I think it'd make the decals pop even more. But if they don't, this gray works fine. But I will get Henry and Edward a fresh can. In addition, I have for Henry and Edward things like brushes, big bottle of thinner, fresh X-Acto knife and fresh blades. Again, just to recap, I got detail paints and some Mr. Cement Deluxe. So got that, and I think 2 other items I need to pick up. A sprue cutter. Definitely want to get a sprue cutter so you can get really close to the pieces, and got a couple sanding sticks as well, and a good set of tweezers. So ultimately I think Henry and Edward are going to really like this kit. I do. Again, definitely stepped out of my comfort zone and built a jet for the first time in over 35 years and came away impressed. Yeah, little blemishes here and there that I caused, but ultimately I'd be proud to put this up on my shelf. However, it's not going up on my shelf. This is Henry and Edward's kit. I built this one for them to use as inspiration to help them build theirs. I'll probably most likely help them with the masking, show them how to use washi tape to mask it, as well as other kinds of tape, newspaper, what have you, and then how to paint it, and then how to detail paint the sub-assemblies before you put it on. Decals, of course, I mentioned that earlier too. Putting them on the sub-assemblies, probably one of the best recommendations I could give you, besides being patient and taking your time, because after all, this kit has a lot of fiddly little parts, 161 parts, and like 230,000 decals. So it's definitely one to take your time. And if you want it done right, do it right the first time. If you make a mistake, or as Bob Ross calls them, a happy accident, then you know, learn from it and correct it and move on. Every kit you build you should get a little better each and every time. I've been building kits since I was 5, 6, 7 years of age, and while I'm not at like Mark Baxton level, I am definitely well along in my model building skills that I can try new things, and that's all that is really about for me. It's just having fun building these kits and trying new things, stepping out of my comfort zone, and just learning. You know, that's why I like watching everyone else's videos, and I've done so for years, and why I've got this channel now for everybody to watch as well, to inspire and be inspired. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here for a few more minutes before I go upstairs and post this video. Just kind of admire the kit as I built it. I really like it, and I think Henry and Edward will like it. I think it's going to look great on their shelf. Henry and Edward, when you're watching this video, please don't go running the jet around and playing like that. Go get one of those like plastic jets, bang those around. This one, let's use it as an inspiration to build yours, and then just, you know, set them up on the shelf and display them and get inspired to build other ones. So with that, I'll let you go. I do have a Tuesday catch-up video. I'm going to take the day off Tuesday from work. I've been neglecting my Ron Keselowski charger, and it's now getting started back up again, so I'm going to spend some time to kind of get some things put together on that to show it off to you. I've had quite a few emails here in the past week from fellow model builders who wanted to show me pictures of what they built so I can post them. I've also got a couple of kits that I've purchased that I want to show off to you. And with that, before I go, if you subscribe to Model Car Videos, go check out his most recent video. He's got a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. He reached over 10,000 subscribers here recently, so hats off to you, Matt. Great job. He's got a giveaway, and go check him out. Pay particular attention to his rules. You got to be a subscriber in order to participate, but definitely go give the guy some props and check out his videos. He puts out some really cool stuff. He and Jason from Blue Ox Models actually have a Heather challenge between their wives, and that's also pretty cool. So just check them out as well, among any of the other channels that I've got listed on my description field. Go check them all out, subscribe to them. All these guys, I subscribe to their channels and watch and get inspired from their tips and tricks, and I hope that what I do does the same for you. So with that, I want you to have a great rest of your day and great rest of your weekend. We'll catch you in the next video.